It's kind of ridiculous how many e-commerce stores out there are doing $1 million a month or more. And while you may look at that and think, man, the competition is ruthless, there's no way I'll ever be able to get to that level, I like to think of that as an abundance of opportunity. So basically, if they can do it, I can do it too. So in today's video, we're going to break down yet another brand that has done $1 million a month. And we're going to try to get the most inspiration possible from here so that you can go ahead and start your brand. Maybe you have already started an e-commerce store or you have an e-commerce store, but regardless of what situation you're in, this will be really helpful. I mean, brainstorming is the first step to starting a business, and that's what these videos are great for. But as always, we're not going to waste any time here. If you do find this stuff interesting, however, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're covering e-com, crypto, NFTs, all that stuff, but mainly e-commerce to build that good cash flow system. So basically, the store is called Fallow. If you've never seen this before, well, welcome to Fallow. It's actually a really beautiful brand, and really what they sell is animal bracelets. Now, your first thought may be, man, animal bracelets were so 2017. This is old news right here. And while you may be right, the niche actually seems to be very cyclical. So it's not really something that is dead. It's just something that goes through phases. So if we look at the Google trend data, which is super helpful, by the way. I mean, it's just literally Google Trends. It's a free tool. And you can see that back in 2010, man, people were obsessing over animal bracelets. Like, I don't know what was going on back then, but it was just going crazy. And then again, back in 2018, it started to pop off. And now we're still actually seeing a continuous uptrend. As you see, like if we drew a chart here, you could see that it's still going up, even though it's just going up slowly but steadily. And right now we're actually seeing a few breakouts again. So we could be seeing another big breakout like we saw in 2018 when it comes to animal bracelets. And this brand is obviously positioned in a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that. However, that doesn't mean that you can't also start your own brand in this space. I mean, the reason why people shop with brands like this, besides their products being really pretty or whatever, is to build an emotional connection with a brand. At least that's what I'm looking at right here. I mean, when you see stuff like this, it really kind of tugs at your heartstrings. It's like those animal sanctuary commercials that you used to see on TV. I don't know who watches TV anymore, but you used to see those all the time with the really sad music. And what I think is interesting about this brand is that they're actually covering a lot of different causes. So they're saving the sea turtles, the elephants, the polar bears, they're saving the sharks. So they're saving a ton of animals, but if you were to start a store like this, well, you don't need to start saving the entire food chain here. You could start with just one of these animals. So for example, you could start with just the polar bears and create a polar bear brand. That actually sounds pretty cool. As you can see on Alibaba.com, we can find a whole bunch of polar bear related jewelry here. And even on AliExpress, if you wanted to just start by drop shipping this, you could use something like this, for example, that is a really cute bear paw, and again, angle it towards saving the polar bears. That's pretty cool in my opinion. And you can use one of the free Shopify themes that just looks sweet to actually make your store look way more unique, like more like this. For example, the Sense theme, I think that's one of the coolest ones that have come out recently for Shopify. Is totally free, and it just looks like a really expensive and, well-branded theme, to be honest with you. So if you haven't started your store already, you can actually use my Shopify link in the description. I finally got one. You can start your free trial there and also support the channel. So it's kind of a win-win situation there. So let's take a look at their landing page here just to get a good idea of how their products look. So it's pretty affordable. I mean, $16 is not a lot. However, they don't offer free shipping unless your order is over $50, which is smart when your margins are really low. So for this brand, I mean, their margins have to be pretty low since they're charging a low price, but since they have this shipping that they charge, they're able to pad those margins a little bit. And what I really love about this brand, and really the reason why I wanted to make this video, is because of their monthly club that they have. So they actually have a subscription service where you get a box delivered every single month with a new animal or a bracelet that is supporting an animal. And you can actually keep track of it, which is really cool. So as you can see in the details, every month you get a new surprise shipped out of Texas, and they got a nice little guarantee. Now you may be wondering, how can you actually add tabs like this? And it's actually really cool, but on Shopify, you can just do it on Shopify. Like, you don't need to add any app or anything. Like, if you take a look at this theme, for example, you can have tabs like this, and this is actually just coded into the theme. So Shopify is really stepping their game up when it comes to their themes, and it's really going to help you design a cool store like this. Now, the last thing I want to say about their website is that they actually don't link any social media on here, which is very unusual. But what they do have is they have a wholesale program, which is very, very interesting. I've been really curious about wholesale and that kind of world because I could see it as being a really good opportunity for brands to grow their sales without really having to spend a ton of money on marketing, right? If somebody comes across your brand and wants to purchase something wholesale, that would be really helpful. It would be like getting 20 customers at once, basically, just from one customer. So I think it's a pretty cool opportunity. Now, on their Instagram, we can see that they've actually partnered with some of these organizations. So they've taken this step further of actually reaching out to these partners and building good relationships with them, which is really smart, obviously. And as you can see, they've linked all of their partners on their Instagram bio. So that gives them a ton of authority. And it just looks really clean, honestly. I think this looks really dope, especially with the emojis. I think it's cute. This brand is just a cute brand, very wholesome. And personally, I really like brands like this because it's so simple, yet it's helping the world. It's spreading awareness over, issues that may be overlooked. And it's just a good cause, like how could you hate on something like this? If they were lying and they weren't donating money, then that would be a big issue. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And of course, if you are trying to start a brand like this, make sure that you actually abide by the things that you're promising. That sounds like common sense, but honestly, some people, when they get into this space, they get so driven by money and greed that they just really don't take the time to think about these things. Now, one thing that's important here to mention is their biggest social media isn't TikTok, isn't Instagram, it's actually Facebook. So we always kind of roast Facebook on this channel for having really shitty organic reach, but this brand is actually still taking advantage of it and posting very consistently. I mean, they still don't get a lot of reach, even though this is their biggest social media, but they're not neglecting it by any means. I mean, they're still utilizing it to their highest potential, but let's see where they're actually getting all this traffic from. Here it is. It's their ads. So, of course, they are just running a ton of ads. They're not actually getting that much organic traffic. They've just really blown up this brand through ads. And as you can see, in December, they reached 827,000 monthly visitors. So that was most likely $1 million month for them. Yes, it's all through ads. So what that means to me is that it probably wasn't the most profitable, but it doesn't matter at that point because they're still getting a ton of new customers. And especially if they're getting people signed up on their monthly program, then it makes sense to spend that much money. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, they're running a ton of different ads. This is like an overwhelming amount of ads right here, but it just goes to show that ads still work. Facebook ads still work, even though a lot of people are saying they're dead. It still definitely works. And this is a very, very big testament to it. So as you can see, these are some of their inactive ads. So I guess they were also trying to help orcas at one point, but maybe people just weren't vibing with that product, so they dropped it altogether, which is a very interesting thing to see with a big brand. I mean, a big brand really is just like an evolved version of a dropshipping store. So like a lot of you guys are just starting your brands, so something like this seems just completely foreign and just out of your reach. But look they're literally testing products just like you and I. Like they tested this product, it didn't work, and they dropped it. So yeah, very cool, really cool. They got really cool ads. I mean, they're very eye-catching. And especially these Instagram story format ones, these look really great and very simple. I mean, as you see, it's just a little animation, their nice little font, and a cool background that's related to the brand. So I hope that this gives you some inspiration for your brand. Really, when I make these e-commerce videos is really to motivate you guys to start your stores. And I'll continue to make these, but I will continue also to sprinkle other content in between. I get an NFT video coming this week and a couple more crypto videos as well. Since some of you guys are interested in investing and stuff like that, which is kind of the other thing I do. Besides e-commerce, I'm pretty involved in investing. But with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, slap a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more. We're almost at 100K subscribers, and that's about it. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.